Well, y'all, I'm here to show y'all a new weapon that I've just purchased. It's the Ruger Precision Rifle, calibered in .308. I chose .308 primarily because I hunt a lot of big game like wild boar and deer and stuff like that. So I chose a .308. This gun right here is offered in .308, 6.5 Creedmoor, and .243. And I am a Ruger fanatic, so when this gun come out not long ago, I was all over it and wanting to get my hands on one, and we finally did. But we're going to be trying out a few different products on this gun, and I'm going to give you my honest opinions on how they work and how they feel, and if they're worth the money and how well they function and so on. But I am excited to begin this project. I'm going to primarily be using this gun as a hunting gun. And y'all wonder why I got a precision rifle for a hunting gun, but there's a lot to this. A lot of precision guys are shooting 1,000 yards, 1,500 yards. This gun is going to be shooting 400 yards, 500 yards, but I'm looking for those really tight groups at those, what some people consider medium distances. Good, consistent, tight groups, and that's what we're going after. So I'm trying to relate to the typical hunter here with this precision rifle and how well it could benefit, or it may not be worth a dang. I don't know yet. But so far I sure do like this gun, and I think we're going to have a heck of a time putting parts on it and trying things out with this weapon. It already comes with a folding buttstock right here, which is really nice for, especially for transportation. You have cheek comb adjustments right here at the back of the buttstock, and you got your length. You can vary the length of this buttstock as well. It also has a monopod Picatinny at the rear of it for a monopod, and just an absolute awesome gun. It has a quality trigger in it. It's got the Ruger Marksman trigger in it. Feels very good, kind of like a Savage trigger. It's got the Accu trigger part to it. Overall, it feels like a good gun, and we're going to work on putting on a couple new parts right now, as a matter of fact. I got in Seekins Precision Scope Rings. Now, Seekins Precision offers some of the finest machine work for your weapons, and they do have some quality rings. These rings right here, you can get them 30 millimeter, 34 millimeter, and then 1 inch. 25.4 millimeter is what 1 inch is. But these are really high quality, heavy duty rings. And the big thing about Seekins is they are so good about telling you exactly what ring you need for the scope that you're using. And we are putting on a Leupold VXR 4x12x50. Just a good quality scope. Nothing crazy, nothing 6x20 or real strong power like a lot of you precision guys. Really, at 400 to 500 yards, this is all the scope you need. Just be a good quality scope to put right on this firearm, and I'm sure we'll be able to make some good shots with it. This has the lighted up reticles inside of it as well. You can dim them or brighten them just by pushing this button. There's a button on the left hand side of the scope, and I think the scope will do great for this firearm. And then another really cool addition that I have run across for your optics is these are made by Vortex. And what this is it's a scope level. And this prevents you from canting the rifle. And that is extremely important for these long distance shots. Just like in archery or anything else, you really need to rely on several points that are taken, such as how you anchor your bow, and making sure you align the peak the same way every time. All those little points that you personally do in your head as you're making those archery shots, it's the same thing here. So this is just one more thing that you could, when you're shooting, you could look up and check, make sure everything's straight, and it also helps to boost your confidence. Simple and small, bolts directly around your scope, and I think this will be a great piece to add to this firearm. So let's get started putting it together. hand, I can tell you right now, these rings are just really solid, wide strap rings. You got 4 bolts per cap. That is going to be plenty to hold this scope nice and steady. I'm sure it won't vibrate loose. Just an awesome looking scope ring right there. Well, y'all, now that we got the scope mounted up, everything seems to be good and looks really level. We were checking it with 2 levels. Unfortunately, I just had this real long level, but it worked. Now, I actually used the level of the scope level. It's got a flat bottom, and you can just set that right on top of your scope right there and adjust your scope accordingly when you're setting it up to your gun. So now, it's time to put the scope level on. And you can make these actually set on either side of the scope. It just depends how you position it. Me, being a right-hander, I think my preference is going to be to keep the scope to the left side. Alright guys, well we got the Leopold VXR 4x12x50 scope mounted in the Seekins precision rings with a Vortex Scope Level. And I'm really looking forward to doing some shooting with this system. I think it's going to be a great system. It's going to hold up, take any type of shock and abuse that we can throw at it. In the meantime, we're getting ready to go start doing some shooting, and we're going to be looking into Ergo grips and checking out some of their products that they have to offer, as well as some titanium gun parts. So y'all definitely don't want to miss this, especially our upcoming videos. Stay tuned because you're going to see some really cool products available for these Ruger precision rifles.